today. From Orchard Park, New York, it's a special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Kirk Cousins and the Buffalo Bills taking on Derek Carr and the Green Bay Packers.
Now, they indeed love their football here in upstate New York as you look inside of Bills Stadium in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. And we are underway in Buffalo. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led by their now 30-year-old quarterback in his 8th season in the NFL. It's Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there on the first play of the game. It would appear these guys aren't fooling around. A big play on the second play from scrimmage.
Well, last night at our meeting, you said you thought that they would test the secondary early, but I don't know if you meant it on the second play of the game. I thought you meant, as we get into it a little bit, they decided to just come right out swinging.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. From the 24, Carr. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And once again, this is Sanders. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. The kick by Lambeau is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So they'll likely get a few more drives before we see the second team, but a good start for the first unit with 3 points.
Yeah, good start, and now they want to see them build on it because you're exactly right. They'll get a few more drives at this stage of the preseason. Can they continue to evolve and add to what we just saw in the first drive?
So here come the Bills on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback in his 10th NFL season now, a 2-time Pro Bowler, Kirk Cousins.
And one nice thing you can always say about Kirk Cousins is that he's consistent. always puts up nice numbers each and every year. If there is a downside to his game, it's been the lack of playoff success. All in all, though, a formidable starting quarterback at a time in the league where it's tough to find your franchise guy.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And powering through at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Cousins. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. On play action, Cousins. And that's complete to Trey McKitty, the tight end. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 32-yard line.
So, Charles, defensively here, you're going up against a veteran quarterback. He's got a lot of know-how, a ton of savvy, but guy who's not the most mobile of quarterbacks. What's the plan of attack?
You spend all week pumping up your defensive front. Your defensive tackles, your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys who go after the quarterback the most, because you know that he's not going to run and beat you consistently throughout the game. You can rush more aggressively off the edge and even up the middle, because even if he evades you, he's not going to go very far. You have a lot more confidence going after him in the pocket. Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
First down throw for Cousins. This will be caught by Brown. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen.
And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Now Cousins. Touchdown, Bills. Davante Adams from 6 yards away. And the Bills have taken the lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Nick Folk for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it culminates in a Bills touchdown. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. It's a second down run with Sanders. Bust through the tackle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
On play action, now Carr. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line. Carr going to throw.
And that's caught left side by Mo Alley-Cox. 7 yards the pickup there. 2nd and 3, and they trail 7-3, but getting close to changing that. And this defense hoping to limit them to a field goal to preserve the lead.
Sanders here as they run out of the gun, and he'll go down at the 28.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. That catch good for only a couple. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Carr, nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. That's caught over the middle by Fant. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. And Lambeau will put this one through, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
On the counter, Carter.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward.
And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On 2nd and 10, Cousins over the middle. That's caught by Adams. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Cousins now. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Tyson Alualu. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? We usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. Cousins. And right side, Henry's got it. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they rallied and made the tackle.
And now Nick Folk, his career long, 56 yards. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be online either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff?
Yeah.
Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. He'll get only a couple down to the 44. From the gun now on third down, Carr.
He's got his tight end Fant. And he is going to have a Packers first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Carr.
He's going to drop this down to Sanders.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
To throw again on 2nd down. Carr.
Quick slant to Brown.
And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 21. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Antonio Brown, a 20-yard touchdown. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front.
So the touchdown there, and that play, the tap pass, so simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
From the 6. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
Here comes Kirk Cousins now to lead his offense back out there. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point. And he'll have it past midfield, almost to the 40 before being taken down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Cousins. They'll go screen here to Hunt. That catch good for only a couple. 2nd down and 8. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Over the middle here to Brown. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Play fake. Cousins. It's caught here by Adams. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Again, it's Cousins.
Slant to Adams. And the Bills are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Hunt.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 2nd and goal, Cousins fighting to stay upright. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Melvin Ingram. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Here's 3rd and goal now, back at the 11.
They'll try to run with Carter.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And folks, kick is good. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. From the 29, Carr. This is the tight end fan. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Carr.
Going right back to Fant.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Carr again to Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Carr.
Another catch for Valdez-Scantling.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The kick by Lambeau is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
He's going deep for Brown. And incomplete on the deep ball. So we've come to halftime here with the visiting Packers out on top. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game. In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
First down, here's Cousins.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins throwing the out route incomplete. That's Allen. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Cousins shreds him with a stiff arm. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I like the call on 3rd and 2. They were geared up to stop the run. I like the fact they just hit them quick. Little slant route. All about timing there, partner.
Yeah, the timing, everything well executed. On first down, they'll run with Hunt. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, Cousins.
Quick completion to Henry.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 35.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. That's Brown. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Cousins again.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
And Folk's kick is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yeah,
run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
This is Fant on the short completion. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. On 2nd down now. It's Sanders. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Carr. Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 47. Now Carr. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Carr. And that'll be incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. On now is the Packers punter.
Thanks for the follow.
He should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Second down and 3. They'll go again with Carter.
And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line.
50 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Cousins looking middle, and it's incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. And caught by Henry. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down. Cousins to throw it.
They'll set up the screen to Carter.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Cousins. Packer pressure, and down he goes.
A.J. Epinesa.
He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but There are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Right back to Sanders on first down. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25. On second down, it's Sanders. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. Here's Carr to throw. Got him in. It's Brown.
And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. A couple of first downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up second down. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Dobbs. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 26.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Dobbs looking to throw on first down. And this one's incomplete.
2nd and 10.
Dobbs is throwing. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 22.
And the Bills are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
First down, Heineke.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38, and they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Oh, no, he lost the football.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
On second down now, it's Hines. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Here's Dobbs to throw. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Samuels. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. Dobbs. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Quentin Jefferson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Now Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers.
Malik Turner there to make the grab. And the Packers take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
Heineke now. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's McKinney.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Michael Carter, the one he was trying to get it to.
But it's going to be 2nd down.
Again, it's Heineke.
Out to his left. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On 1st and 10, Heineke.
He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
From the shotgun, it's Heineke.
On the move to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
And that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
looking to throw again on second down.
Heineke, and that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
The Bills on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
They'll run with Carter.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
60 yards on the ground for him so far.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
A first carry now for Alex Collins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Working out of the gun. Here's Heineke. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Carter.
And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 25 yards out. And Folk's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
And they'll start on the ground with Hines. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now it's Hines. And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got this down to the 35. Whistles now in a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And he'll be taken down at the 34. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They run with Hines. And not much running room. Down to the 32. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down. This is Hines. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a two-score game. And Lambeau will put this one through, and that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find two scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
One last shot now for Heineke.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, Charles, it's great to win at home in the NFL. When you win on the road, it's a little extra special, isn't it?
It is because, let's face it, in most cases, you're not expected to go on the road and win in the National Football League. It just doesn't usually compute. So to get out there, get that done, and then head back to your city with one in the victory column, oh, that's a fantastic feeling.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.